Frank, can I just ask, now that you've peered into the relegation abyss and everybody's known what they thought it might be like, and you've galvanised the fans and the players, everybody's come together, has it given you a chance to think about it? I'm sure obviously you're focusing on the here and now, but in the longer term of what's required to move this club forward?
Yeah, it has, and I've been thinking about that, and it's obviously been the second in the list of priorities because we had to get this done, and now we'll quickly continue to think about that because we want to take the club forward. It has to improve. We have to improve. I have to get to work in pre-season. Didn't have a pre-season. Now I do, and my staff do. Can we make the squad stronger and more balanced? I believe we can. Everything's we look at in that way, and it's important that we look at it quickly because it'll be time to rest a little bit. But from my point of view, and we have that. We have Kevin Thirlwell now. We have the board that are interested in trying to get the best out of this club. We don't want to be here next year, but we understand if we don't make positive moves, it's possible. So we'll be ready to move on that quickly.
And in terms of what you've seen, and we know the fans have played a massive part, but you've said it yourself, the players have done really well. Have they surprised you in the past couple of months with what they've come up with on a much more consistent basis than what you've seen previously?
I don't think surprise is the word, because I think when you come in mid-season, you're working with players. We had a nice lift, then we had a run of games where we didn't get results, and that's testing for everybody. I wouldn't say they've surprised me, but it just needed work, and what they've done is really pleased me with their attitude and togetherness as a group. And there's things, as I say, we can improve. I want the squad to be a bit more robust. We've had far too many injuries. I came into injuries and those injuries continued and ramped up. We lost my two centre-backs in my first week here, one for 10 weeks, one for 5 weeks, and I lost them again later on. And there's things that we have to look around the whole situation that can help that stuff. But I've been really pleased with the players. They deserve their moment. I will say nothing negative about it at all tonight, at all. We want to improve, but I don't want to take away from what the players deserve, and that's plaudits tonight.
It feels like there's a whole weight lifted off everybody's shoulders tonight. Do you think we might see that on Sunday and maybe the players can finally relax?
Yeah, mate, I will for sure. I will relax more, but and I don't mean that in a light-hearted way, because I understand Arsenal and Tottenham are in a battle. We will go and do our absolute best to approach the game in the right way. I will, but at the same time, yeah, we haven't had that luxury. Others have. We saw it against Brentford. I thought we would win the game against Brentford with 11. We saw it against Palace in the first half. There's something nice about relaxing. Since my first day here, we haven't had a game to relax. We absolutely haven't, and maybe that's the Premier League a little bit, but it was certainly our situation enhanced that. So it will be nice for the players. They deserve that, and a couple of players maybe that haven't had opportunities will get opportunities, but we'll be going full pelt to try and get the right result.
Can you sense that relaxation in the dressing room after the game tonight?
Oh yeah, definitely in there. Yeah, definitely in there.
Frank, you've spoken a lot in recent weeks about maybe needing to adapt a little bit just to get Everton over the line. I know you've said as well you don't want to necessarily play this way moving forward. So for Sunday, what does this result tonight mean, kind of tactically and stuff? And talk a little bit about whether anything substantial will change game to game.
I haven't thought about it yet. If I'm honest. I understand the question because we were very direct at times tonight. But when you're in our situation and when you have players on the pitch and you have Dominic and Richarlison close to him, my important points at half-time and going into the game were like, I didn't want Richarlison wide. He's not a winger with 4-3-3, but he's not wide. He's close to Dominic. And all those things, and then Anthony started to tire and Demarai comes on, and so those things were just very game specific for tonight, and maybe have been recently. So we'll look at Arsenal, not tonight, but we'll look at Arsenal and maybe look at how we can approach it with the best idea of trying to win the game. But yeah, there's a long time for that kind of stuff in terms of the work we'll do pre-season, the potential recruitment we have. If we want to start playing a bit better between the lines, it starts from the back, and so we'll look at all the things and through the middle of the pitch about how we can work. So that's always the first thing, and then maybe how we can add and improve.
Can I start planning for the future now, which you can do, you know what we do. How important will it be then to keep your prize assets like Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Charles and Jordan Pickford who hold you in the circle and have the worst of that? Do you feel like you can?
Well, I hope so, because those conversations have been on hold because everyone knows our situation, and I'm not silly, you know. Those players aren't, you know, they want to play in the Premier League. They want to play is what it is. All of those ones you mentioned and more. So now those conversations can start. You saw the quality levels of Jordan in the last, this season, but the last 6 weeks particularly, and form he's been in, of Dominic tonight, of Richarlison, all the players that you talk about. And if we want to be successful, we want to continue in that way. So those conversations can start from now.
Do you think there will be pressure given the financial situation? You may have to get rid of the prize assets, or have you not had those discussions?
I haven't. I don't know. And the discussions will happen quickly. And I've not felt that yet. I've got to be honest. But you know, if that is the case, we'll sit down and probably look at the best way through it. But I've not felt that anyone's saying we're going to have to do this or not. I know it's a big story. I know financial fair play. I generally don't know the details. If I had my way, let me keep players that perform really well for the club and let me try and get us as far up as we can, but we'll see about that.
One last one from Carl before we move on to the newspapers.
Everything's got to happen quickly. Have you got enough time to properly prepare, do you think, now for what's to come after summer?
Yeah, we do. I mean, it's important we work quickly, and we've also been working behind the scenes quickly. I've got a great relationship with Kevin in terms of where I feel we can move forward with the squad, and not just that, well, structurally behind the scenes, how we can be better from day to day. And there are always things you think you can improve. My biggest thing here is I want a really happy, determined camp in every department that moves in the same direction, you know, and that is something that we have to look at in every sense, and those conversations will have started and will continue very quickly. We've got time.
Okay guys, that middle section is embargoed till 12 o'clock.